What is an abuse escape bag? An abuse escape bag is a small bag that contains essential items to restart your life. At the end of the video, I will give a list of suggested items, but in essence, it is like a disaster escape bag. Think of what you absolutely would need to restart your life with if your home is destroyed by a natural disaster. Now think of running away to a shelter with that bag on your back, and you will have an idea of what you need to take. Why an escape bag? It's easier than carrying the items in your hands. Escape bags serve two purposes. They save time by enabling you to just grab a bag and go, or being pre-packed and at a friend's or family member's house or stored somewhere else, such as a safety box or hidden in your car. Second, they keep all your most important items together and always with you. Even if you think you have time because the abuser is at work or away for a few days, you should always pack an abuser escape bag. Something may just happen and the abuser comes home and finds you packing. You may then need to just run for the car and go with what you have. Always pack your escape bag first. Or your car breaks down along the road. If you take a lift to the nearest town, this bag will go with you. If a bag is stored at another place, then all you need to escape is yourself. This is helpful for violent abusers where you may need to fake illness and escape while at hospital. With an abuser who will do everything in their power to stop you from leaving them, being prepared can be the difference between life and death. What if I cannot get a bag? The abuser may control all your finances or may be so paranoid that you cannot safely keep a bag in the house. In cases like these, try to keep two similar sized plastic grocery bags hidden somewhere. Put one inside the other so to make one double-lined bag. Use this as your escape bag. You can also use an empty pillowcase to stuff your items in or a bedsheet. Other items can be outside liners of a sleeping bag, a motorcycle helmet carry bag, a jacket with lots of pockets, a shower curtain, and so on. All you want to do is get the items out of the house with you. You can later get a better carry option. If you know you will have no time to pack a bag or hide it, then at least try to take pictures of all the documentation listed later in the video and then upload them to an online service such as Dropbox using a secret email account. If you cannot upload them, get a micro SD card and then save all the pictures of the documents on this and run away with it, or secretly stash it somewhere outside the house so that police or someone else can later retrieve it for you, especially if the abuser burns all your documents when you escape. However, do not delay your escape because of an abuse escape bag. Safety houses do see people coming in with only a hospital gown on. They can provide abuse victims with everything they need, so all you need to escape with is your life. Everything is replaceable except you and your children's lives. Choosing an escape bag. Forget a duffel bag, shoulder sling bags, or large backpacks. You may need to run with your bag on and may need to enter taxis, buses, airplanes, and safe houses with it where space will be limited. However, if you have no other option, then use what you have but keep the weight down. A 24 to 35 liter backpack is ideal. If you must, you can go down to a 10 liter fold-up parachute material bag for only the essentials or up to a 55 liter bag, but no larger as it will not fit in bus, train or airplane overhead compartments and will be a pain to always keep with you. Choose one that does not stand out. No bright colors, expensive design, camo color or patterns, shiny buckles or labels. If you walk into a coffee shop or internet cafe, no one should give you a second glance with your bag. If you have children, then you can think of each person having their own bag to split the items, while you carry the most important items such as documentation. However, take note that children do lose items and can forget backpacks in places when you leave when they are under stress. A chest strap and hip belt will make it more comfortable but is not essential. Buy the bag cash or have someone else buy it for you. Where to store the bag? Wherever your abuser will not find it. The best is outside your home at a friend or family member's place. You can also rent a safety box at a bank or other place and store your items there, or store it at work. If you store it in your home, then having it unpacked is easier to hide but will cost you time to pack. You may even have two small fold-up nylon bags. Carry one on your back and one on your chest when escaping. You can later fasten the one to the other on your back when you made your escape. If you store the bag already packed in your home, then look for places where the abuser is not likely to look, such as hidden in the attic or loft of a house or even just in the roof. In the abuser's stuff that they don't bother to repack or clean. Under the back seat of your car, in the compartment for the spare wheel of your car, in a garden shed, or even the bushes of your garden. You can also put it in empty boxes that large items such as kitchen appliances or toys came in. If stored in dusty places, put a black trash bag over the backpack to keep dust off it and bugs out of it. If you store the bag packed in your home, then put some of the abuser's personal items such as a copy of the ID, a spare set of clothes and deodorant for them in the bag as well. If they do find the bag, then you can say you packed it for an emergency preparedness kit for natural disasters. When you leave, dump their stuff. When to pack it? It all depends on your escape plan. A pre-packed bag saves time, but risks the abuser finding it, or you need to have someone to trust to hold it for you. If you will be packing the bag days or weeks in advance, then start with items the abuser will not easily miss. If you store the bag at another place, you may need to take one item at a time to it. Items that may not be missed are a set of casual clothes you rarely wear, identification documents or copies, photos, your journal, a burner phone card, and some cash. If you will be packing the bag just before escaping, then place items together as much as possible to help you easily find them. Keep a checklist somewhere to help you not forget anything. Plan on spending no more than 10 to 15 minutes packing. You may even need to throw items discreetly out of windows and then pack as you make one loop around the house while stuffing things in a bag. Or stuff the items or the escape bag in trash bags and then in a trash bin. Take the trash out and then make a run for it after taking your bag from a trash can. Arrange with a friend, co-worker, family, a neighbor, or even a lawyer on a safe word. If you text or save a word, then you need help escaping and they must call the police and if possible come to get you. You can also ask your neighbors to call the police if they hear a commotion from your house. Should your abuser catch you packing or trying to escape, there is sure to be a fight. Wake the dead with screams for help, as your neighbors can then tell the police it was not just a fight, but that they heard you screaming for help. It also helps to make a commotion yelling for help when the police arrive. This will help with the abuser trying to gaslight the police and neighbors that it was only the TV that was loud, or a small disagreement between you two. What to pack in an escape bag? Your life. Anything else will just make it easier for you to escape and restart your life. Having an escape bag is ideal, but escaping with your life is the most important thing. You may need to escape from a back door of a shop with a few dollars when your abuser sends you in to buy something while they wait in the car. Or slip a doctor or vet a note or comment on a pizza delivery order asking to call the police. When you have a chance to escape or ask for help, take it. If you have cash and an ID in your pocket, you have all you need to restart your life. It may not be easy, but it can be done. Note, I may sound cynical, but this may save your life. Never trust a family, especially the parents of abuser with your escape plan. Nor their friends or co-workers, especially if they are in the armed forces or law enforcement together. You can be certain the abuser has smeared your name to them and made you out to be the evil person. There is a difference between them agreeing with you that the abuser is treating you badly and them helping you escape. Especially parents of the abuser, as they may be afraid when you escape the truth will come out and people might ask how they raised their child. Families have turned a blind eye to abuse to protect their own image. Or the abuser may pressure them or threaten them with harm or harming themselves if the people do not tell the abuser where you are hiding. If you do stop at rest stops, always wear a hoodie or at least a baseball cap and look down to avoid showing your face to security cameras. Wear large sunglasses and consider taking dye and scissors with to alter your appearance secretly. A determined abuser may go to all gas stations or bus rest stops on main roads and show your picture around to try to find you. That said, here's a list of items to pack if you can. Documentation. For all the documentation listed, originals are best, but printed certified copies or even good digital pictures of them will do. Even just writing down the numbers such as your ID and social security number will help. All the personal identification documents you can get your hands on, such as ID, passport, social security card, driver's license, birth certificate, library card, work ID, welfare identification, green card, immigration or visa papers, and work permits. All your financial details and cards such as credit and debit cards, government benefits cards, loyalty cards, at least 1 month's bank statement with your bank account number, and contact details for your bank. your latest statement for retirement or pension funds, investments, and house bond, statements for any accounts you have such as clothing stores, cell phones, and so on, proof of current address such as title deed, rental agreement, the latest electricity or water bill, or even a phone bill in your name. All qualifications such as diplomas and degrees, especially if you obtained them long ago and it may be hard or impossible to get a copy of your qualifications. All medical records such as current prescriptions, records of medical conditions you have, past hospital visits, immunization records, medical insurance papers and cards. Family details such as marriage or divorce papers, custody and protection order papers, your children's school and medical records as well as birth certificates. Take records of your pet purchase, maintenance and medical records, plus a leash. Personal records such as your journals, especially if you documented the abuse, your testament, past 2 years tax returns, employment or income documents, W-2s and pay stubs, personal, home and car insurance papers, proof of ownership of all you own such as title deed for your house and car registration papers, receipts for items you bought, especially items you cannot take with such as hi-fi, TV, washing machine and so on, especially if you are not married and will not need to divide items with the abuser. Login details for all your online accounts including banking details. Change all online passwords just before you go. Have this in an encrypted app or file online or write it on a piece of paper, but mess with passwords and login name up by say adding a letter or number in the 3rd and 6th place. Do not use the same letter or number for each password as it is easy to spot. You will know what the real password should be. If someone were to find the list, the passwords would not work. A small address book with all important contact numbers written down should your phone get lost or run out of battery, so you can use a payphone or another person's phone. Include phone numbers for friends, relatives, doctors, schools, taxi services, and your local domestic violence organization in your address book. A letter to yourself before you leave where you remind yourself why you left, what you need to do and why you need to do it. Also, remind yourself of who you are and give yourself some encouragement, such as never give up or go back. Make a life goal and include that in the letter. Add emotions of how you felt being abused, so you can remind yourself never to feel like that again and to never go back to living like that. When you feel like contacting the abuser or going back, read your letter as well as your journals to remind yourself to look forward and why you left. Time and hardship can make the abuse seem less bad and tempt you to go back. Proof of abuse. Any proof of abuse you have such as voice recordings, pictures of abuse, medical records, police statements, printed out copies of emails and text messages. Anything that can be incriminating against your abuser. Also take a recent photograph of your abuser so that you can show it to the police, safe houses or even motels. Pictures. Any pictures dear to you. Also, take a recent picture of your house and if possible the inside of the house, especially of expensive items the abuser may sell or damage. And definitely, if those items are yours and you are not married to the abuser. Digital pictures are okay, but back them up online. Electronics. Your laptop and charger. For a desktop PC, look for YouTube videos on how to remove a hard drive and then take that with you on your day of escape. Get an anti-static bag from a computer store to keep the hard drive in or wrap it in paper, not cloth. A secret low-budget cell phone with no GPS with a prepaid card that is not on a contract. Your phone may have a tracking app on it or the abuser may have access to your account statements and see the numbers you dial. If there is proof of abuse such as emails, text messages or voice recordings on the phone, then switch the GPS or location service off and then let the battery run flat or remove it if possible. Also, remove a SIM card and keep the phone off when you escape until you need to show the proof to the police. Remember to take charge cables and chargers for your phones. You can also opt for a phone calling card that you can recharge if you cannot afford a new phone. Some say to leave your phone at home when you escape, but the abuser may access personal information on a phone or use it to rack up expenses in your name. If a battery is removed or flat and the phone kept off and the SIM card is removed, it cannot be used to track you. Leaving it for the abuser to find opens you up for them to use it even if you wipe it with a factory reset, as they may just get someone to restore it with a backup they saved on a memory card or online without your knowledge. Funds. Take at least $100 in small bills if you can. The more cash you can take, the better. If you eat cheap meals, you can go a long way on $100. If you can manage to open a new debit card without the abuser knowing, then draw cash from your main account and deposit it into the secret account. The abuser may have access to your accounts and can see the expense records for where you are. If you can't, try drawing as much cash as you can before you go, especially if you have a shared account, as the abuser is sure to lock your card. If there are funds left, you can later transfer the funds to the new account you opened or go to a different town to draw cash than the one you are hiding in, or at least make sure the abuser does not have access to your account. Also, take small valuables you can sell if you need to. You may also need to use the abuser's card and draw as much cash as you can and then make a break for it. Do not use the card again. Snacks. Pack at least 6 high-energy bars such as Bar 1 or Snickers bars. Also, pack 500 milliliters to 1 liter of water. Even if you can't escape with your own car, you want to be able to drive for hours before needing to stop for a snack. A determined abuser may go to all the gas stations on main roads and ask if they saw you. The same with bus stations and rest stops. Try not to get out of a bus if you can, or at least not the first 2 stops. Take a taxi or Uber a few blocks from your home and have them take you to a small bus stop out of town and not a main bus station where the abuser is sure to ask around if someone saw you. Or take a bus or Uber to an airport in a different state and fly from there instead of a local airport. Spare keys. Pack spare keys for your house, car, garage door, gate lock and any items you need to get out such as remotes and access cards. Also write any access codes down on paper and pack the paper where you easily can find it. People who escape often have limited opportunities and the last thing you want to be doing is searching for a car or house key or get all the way to the gate and then you don't have a key or passcode to get out. Remember to deactivate the house alarm before opening the door. Abusers do hide car and house keys to stop you from leaving. Hiding spare keys where you can easily access them will be vital for your safe escape. Medication and hygiene. Take enough prescription medication for you and your kids for at least a week but preferably a month. Remember eyeglasses, contact lenses, hearing aids and any other medical devices. With young children, pack a dummy, 1 bottle possibly already filled, 1 to 2 nappies and at least 3 small meals in your escape bag. Then pack more nappies, baby formula bottles, baby food and other stuff in a separate bag. If it comes to it, dump this bag and run with your main escape bag. You can always replace the items later. Pack personal care items such as a toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, hairbrush, bath soap, toilet roll, etc. Clothing. Pack a change of smart, casual clothes. This includes socks and underwear. Also, take additional spare underwear and socks with. You want to be comfortable but still look presentable. Take a warm jacket with. This can be tied around your waist, or if it's a stuffed jacket such as a puff jacket filled with goose feathers or synthetic fibers, then pack it in your backpack. A pair of comfortable lightweight shoes such as sneakers or trail runners. Make sure they are dull and not easily recognizable or stand out. Shoes wear out fast when you do a lot of walking and you may have escaped with high heels on or being barefoot. A baseball cap and large sunglasses to hide your identity. Or a hooded sweater or jacket, but not one the abuser will recognize on security videos. Personal items. Let each child take at least 1 to 2 small personal toys with to comfort them and help them feel safe. Some may choose a comfort blanket, but resist taking large stuffed items if you're not taking your own car. Be kind and explain that you may need to run fast or there may not be space in the bus or taxi. Large stuffed items also stand out on security video footage an abuser may later view while you wait in line to get on a bus. If you can, pack jewelry and small personal treasures. Larger items you may need to hide and have someone retrieve them for you later. Include a few small personal items you want to keep such as photos, jewelry and family heirlooms. Take your pets with if you can or try to leave them with someone who will take care of them for you. However, if it is your only chance to escape or contact the police or get help, then you may need to leave your pets. The abuser may harm them, but not always, especially if they think they can get you back. Send the police or someone to retrieve your pets as soon as you can.